Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast. Now a YouTube show.
Good morning, Dopey. And can you hear this weird guy?
He's not weird, he's sweet. He's sweet.
I wonder what his deal is. Well, first of all, good morning, Dopey. Welcome to Good Morning, Dopey, our deep yet shallow dive into the daily reflections. My name is Dave. I am joined by the lovely and ultimately self-accepting and others accepting Tara Schiller. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. I'm hot, getting hot.
Of Sober Buddy. And today is July 10th. And hold on, let's take a look at this weirdo for a second. And I think he has a deal. I think those are mostly nannies watching him. And I think he has a deal with the mommies and the daddies that they pay that guy, and the nannies bring the babies. And that's
and
a pretty.
he's singing kids songs.
He just did a little Harry Belafonte medley of Deo and Shake Sonora. Did you hear that?
I did not recognize that, and I'm so impressed that you
That's my ADD
that.
at work.
Yeah.
Now he's going into Brown Eyed Girl.
He's very entertaining.
You like him?
Yeah, I kind of want to sit there and watch him.
All right, you just got the words
into
wrong.
it.
All right,
I'm
just
into
leave
it.
him alone. I'm not accepting him. What are we at? July 10th.
I'm a mom though, I'm into
Well,
it.
I'm a dad. What do you want from me? July 10th.
Okay.
What do you got?
Toward peace and serenity. When we have taken a square look at some
Square look?
square, it says
Okay.
square.
All right.
We've taken a square look. I think that means right in the eyes,
Nice.
at some of these defects, have discussed them with another, and have become willing to have them removed, our thinking about humility commences to have a wider meaning.
Now, before you say another word, Tara you're not that familiar with 12-step stuff, right?
I'm not super familiar. Sorry, guys.
So it's recognizing character defects, which is probably something that's weird to you a little bit, like character defects.
I would define them differently.
Well, in addicts and alcoholics, character defects are usually pretty major. So it's like to be aware of your character defects and then to be willing to have them removed. And then you never have to remove them. And this is another thing for anybody who's uninitiated. The sixth step is you are willing to have your character defects removed. And your seventh step is you humbly ask your higher power to remove them.
Okay.
That's the 6th and 7th step, just to let you know.
Sorry, guys, but I'm not a big.
Listen, don't worry. Let's go. I'm sure a lot of the audience aren't big 12-step people. You've been an absolute pleasure. Keep reading.
Okay. When situations arise which destroy my serenity, pain often motivates me to ask God for clarity in seeing my part in the situation, for sure. Admitting my powerlessness, I humbly pray for acceptance. I try to see how my character defects contributed to the situation. Could I have been more patient? Was I intolerant? Did I insist on having my own way? Was I afraid? As my defects are revealed, I put self-reliance aside and humbly ask God to remove my shortcomings. The situation may not change, but as I practice exercising humility, I enjoy the peace and serenity which are the natural benefits of placing my reliance in a power greater than myself.
What do you think, Tara?
I will agree with that. The word defects is hard for me because that feels like a shaming word, and I'm not into shame.
I had a friend who said that, but I don't think that's the deal.
Yeah, but if it works for you, I would say my struggles more than my defects, but it's whatever, it's a terminology.
I think with full-blown addicts and alcoholics, we tend to compound our struggles into repeated mistakes that come from issues that they defined as defects in 1939.
Right. Right.
And I can handle the term defects because I get it, because I need to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
The other day I went to the grocery store with my 4-year-old. And I love that, by the way. It's one of my favorite things.
To go to the grocery store with your 4-year-old?
Yes.
Okay.
She doesn't love it. I always find a lot of gratitude in the process of it. And just joy. Because I have a good time with her, and she hates to go, but once we're there, she really has a good time. And we get a bunch of stuff. And one thing about her name is Susan. One thing about Susan is there are these low-calorie, low-sugar yogurt pops that I'm buying by a company called Yasso. You heard of Yasso yogurt pops? I tell her that they're called butter pops, though. Just because, when she says, can we get butter pops? I find it so adorable. So she's like, I want to get butter pops. I'm like, great. We get the butter pops. We have a whole fucking shopping cart full of a million things. And we get to the checkout and one of the ladies closes the line and there's only 2 lines and there's 10 people and it's bad and I'm fucking getting angry and the old ladies in front of me are complaining, which I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Let them complain.
No, I'm like I grew up in a senior citizen home, basically.
Yeah.
Like the building I grew up with is just old Jewish people, and I love it when they complain because it makes my anger justified, you know. But then I'm getting angry, and they have the self checkout, and I have a cart full, and anybody with any sense knows you don't do self checkout with a full cart.
Okay, we need to do a PSA about that.
Right?
Okay, if you're using coupons, if you
Have a full cart.
Have a full
with
cart.
Vegetables.
Yeah,
And fruit when you're
yeah,
looking
you need
shit
to look
up.
everything up.
You
What
don't
else
do
was
it.
it? There's something else. Like, just only do self checkout if you can do it rapidly.
Right. You do a couple things, you're in and out, no thing. And this place, every item, the item is not in the bagging area. It's like, fuck you. The item is not in the, fuck you. Go to hell, you fucking robot. And everybody who works at the store is just fucking out of their minds. Where are we in this thing?
We already read it. Hold on, I forgot what it said. We're accepting.
So what I'm saying is I did not find peace in the middle of that thing. I went full on rage. I screamed at somebody.
You did?
Well, I didn't. I was ready to yell.
How tall are you?
6'1.5".
You're not supposed to yell as a tall person.
I yelled at women, shorter women. And I said, why isn't there another checkout person? And she looked at me like she wanted to fucking scrape me off the bottom of her shoe, which she was entitled. But I got through it. I just never turned my will over to my higher power, which would have been nice. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't find serenity. I was pissed. Tara, any last words? Because Ivan's here. We got to find it.
Oh, no, I think that's good. I will say, we do have a challenge in
A sober body challenge.
A sober body challenge. That is like, what's your growth edge? And that's along the similar lines where it's asking like, what is the thing that you're trying to kind of like move through? So anyhow, that's my plug for Sober Buddy.
And yoursoberbuddy.com, available in the App Store and the Google Play Store, has a free sober tracker. Download it, boast your sober time. Tomorrow will be July 11th. Thank you for joining us. Please leave comments. What do you think of Tara? We'll
Be
see.
nice.
Well, how could they not be
whatever.
nice?
Be honest.
How could they not be nice? All right, everybody, stay strong and fucking toodles for Chris.
No, baby, I'm face down on the floor. No, baby, please sir, can I have some more? No, baby.